G'day, g'day.
How you going?
Welcome back.
Episode 8.
Woohoo! So excited. Last week's episode was fun as to record.
It was bloody good.
We got some great feedback from that too.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for where this little train we're on is going. So today we've got a few different topics to talk about. So I had Katie messaged me with some ideas for where to take the podcast.
Yep.
And I just absolutely was like, yes, these are like the best ideas ever.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Katie. You're an absolute legend. We will get you on here one day. So yeah, today we're going to talk about success and what that does to like people, friends of people that have success.
Yep.
I feel like majority of the world is quite wired to feel more comfortable when people are struggling rather than succeeding.
Yep.
I think it's just sort of an unconscious feeling that people go through. They don't know how to, I don't know, be happy for people that are succeeding without jealousy getting in the way.
Yeah,
so that's
it is mostly what you sort of hear about, you know, like when, the news and everything. You don't really hear much happy news.
So that's sort of what we're going to touch on for starters.
Yep.
And I'll get your points of view on it. But yeah, it's just for me and from sort of what Katie was suggesting and stuff is that like you see someone succeeding, you know, they've got a good job, they just bought a house, you know, they've done something really amazing.
Yep.
And then when they think that they're going to have praise as such or whatnot, none of their friends are praising them. No one's sort of really going, good job.
Yeah.
Besides, you know, just a standard Facebook post, or I like this, or I love what you're doing. But you know what I mean? There's no real connection for people that are succeeding, and they don't feel, I don't know, like it's a good thing in a way. You know what I mean? They're made to think that it's sort of a bit less than, I don't know, it's just the way friends and stuff.
Or they feel sort of out of touch or out of place. Like
that. I feel like, you know, like I've experienced, it's such a hard thing to sort of put into words.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's very unconscious. I don't think people are generally going out of their way to be bad people unless you're a troll.
Yeah.
I was trying to think, and I was going to be like, oh, unless your name's, you know, like think of some name. But I thought, I better not do that.
Yeah.
And then I'll get a message from Mary, and she'll be like, I listened to your podcast. This is disgusting.
Now look what you've done. You've offended all the Marys now.
No, I like some Marys, actually. Mary's a great name.
Okay.
Mary.
Let's we'll move on from there.
Yeah, so anyway, I'd like to get your points of view, like what you take what I've just sort of said and you lead to wherever you want to go with that.
Righto. Well, this could go anywhere.
Hope you got some time, people.
Yeah. Don't set a stopwatch or anything.
Burn your tea. That's fine.
Yep. So I think so what I've known for a very long time and what Rev taught me and lots of other people is that the 5 people, and I literally just said this before to someone. The 5 people that you surround yourself with, your most important people that you keep close, you are the sum of those 5 people. So, and I think that has a lot to do with feeling success or feeling. I don't really believe in praise. Like I know that it's nice to feel. You know, like when someone does say to you, good job or well done, you know, things like that. Yes, it does feel good.
It's fleeting though. It's just bullshit.
Exactly
really,
right. Like, but you feel
a bit of dopamine goes in your brain, I guess. You just feel happy.
You feel appreciated is what I'm trying to think of. So, you know, and that's a nice feeling. You like to feel appreciated by people. So, you know, surrounding yourself with 5 similar people, that's going to come very naturally, you know, because you're all doing the same thing, wanting the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, you're all very similar. But when you then go and you have 5 people that, I don't know, I always come across the whole sheep term.
Yeah.
You know, like they're just happy to follow the leader. You know, as someone said, you know, people happily work a week at Safeway and they're completely content with their lives. So
that just makes my skin fucking crawl.
You know, and people like that, because that's what they find. You know, what's wrong with that? Nothing. You
Well,
know?
there's nothing wrong
and
with
there
it.
isn't anything wrong with it. But for someone that wants more than that, they go, and how could you ever do that?
Yeah.
But then the people that are in that situation, they go, this is how you live. Why the f*** do you make such an effort to, you know, go out of your way and, you know, think you're so cool and whatever, you know, like try and be better than everybody else.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably where that comes back to, actually, is that, and like you said, they're not necessarily meaning to be bad or mean to you.
I just think they like unconsciously bring you down a couple
Yeah,
pegs to
but
get
I
you
think
at
they
your
feel
level.
offended. I think they, and that's another bloody thing. Everybody feels offended. You can't say boo.
No. Or boobies.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Shit.
Yeah.
Sorry,
All
guys.
the comments are lining up. That's trending. So, you know, they feel offended. They feel attacked. What's the word?
Intimidated?
That's the one. They feel very intimidated by you. So, instead of them trying to raise themselves to your level,
Yeah.
they would rather go, well, f*** you. I'm gonna bring you down a peg.
Yeah.
And you can come down to our level just like everybody else. But yeah, as I say, I don't think it's, and as you've been saying, it's not a conscious thing that they're actually going, you know, I really hate that Matt's successful, you know, I'm going to fucking, you know, bring him down a peg or two, you know, when I see him next. You know, it's not like that.
Like there's obviously people out there that would be like that, like
yeah.
a small percentage.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I think people don't. Yeah, I think it's just very unconsciously a part of our psyche.
Yeah.
And I
it's
feel
sort of
like
a
that's
societal issue.
I feel like that's when you detach. Like, we are all born. We mostly just live through our thoughts and like what we do.
Yeah.
But when you take charge of your brain and realize the power you have to be aware of what you're thinking and the way your brain wants to go. So, like, for instance, I used to be quite negative. Everything was negatively driven in my brain, and that was the easy way.
Yeah.
Like, you know, my brain was trained to do that, so it was easy. So everything, I'll put a negative thing on that.
Yeah.
But, you know, now through, like, meditation and shit, I use my prefrontal cortex quite a lot, which is, I know
that's a fancy word.
I sound super, like,
it's good
hippie, but
it's
it's true though. Like, I am hyper aware, and I know that you're sort of like that too. Like, I feel like that's why we get along so well.
Yeah.
But you don't find that very often.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's very powerful when you sort of unlock a little bit more of the way your brain works.
Yeah, for sure.
And it just comes down to education. You know?
Yeah.
Years ago, I was uneducated. Like, I just thought, you know, we're made up of feelings, you know, thoughts and actions, basically.
Yeah.
But there's so much more to it.
Yeah.
So when you do come across those people that are like sort of on a similar level, you're just like, wow.
Yeah.
But sorry, I drifted away there.
No, that's cool. Like I lately, and I really like how what was that thing you said?
The prefrontal cortex.
Yeah. So like, as you said, you're like, oh fuck, you know, feel bloody hippie or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you'll probably cringe when I say this, but Ricky Gervais, I've fallen in love with him lately, right?
I know.
And I just think he's the
Ricky.
best. Oh, Ricky, you're so fun.
I know. Isn't it Mickey?
It is Mickey, yeah. But what I love so much about him is that he does not give a shit about what he says.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, and this comes a bit back to people that just sort of, you know, they're very easily offended, that they're not educated in any way of, you know, when they get offended by something, they're just offended because they want to be offended, I think.
It's just the way their brain's always been wired. So that's just exactly what they go to.
Yeah, that's
instantly.
right. But what I really like, I come across that he does a podcast, and I don't know that he does it a lot now, but because I've never listened to it, I've got like a catalogue of podcasts I can listen to. So I'm in bloody heaven.
So when we get a follower in like a year, and they've got all this content.
That's right.
All this A-grade content.
Yep, Ricky Gervais spec. But what I really love about him is that he is actually a very...
I nearly choked on that water. Anyway.
He is actually a really smart person,
Oh,
and,
yeah, hands down.
And so, like, when you were like, I still can't remember what you said, but that was like, shit, you know, like that. I really like when people actually, when they're educated on something,
yeah.
rather than just speak in your mind, you actually have facts to actually say, this is the way.
Yeah, I know, and that I love people like that.
Yeah.
I try and not state anything or like, you know, this is 100% fact.
Yeah.
Unless I sort of have some sort of background to it, you know what I mean?
But if it is fact, though, it's fact.
Yeah, I know, but you know how sometimes they get like
People can get antsy about it,
yeah.
but when it's fact, and you should listen to it. Like, it is so funny when like Ricky talks about it.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah. Anyway,
that's enough of a plug for him.
That's right.
It's our show.
Love you, love you, Ricky. Yeah. So, I don't know. Is there anything else we should touch on with that?
Well, I think it could lead all sorts of places, but I just people would be actually quite unaware that that's something they sort of do.
Yeah.
Because I used to do it too. I was much more content with looking at people that were struggling back in the day than people that were succeeding. I felt more content with people, and it wasn't that I was a bad person or anything, but I just felt more content with someone that wasn't having a good time than when like seeing them actually, you know, having a great life.
Yeah, I think you just feel like you're being left behind. I think.
Oh, it just comes down to your mindset, I guess. So, like that's the way most of society works.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't find people that love seeing people succeed. Like, I just love building people up. It's like when I saw that post of Jacinta handing around flowers on Valentine's Day. Like, that is just beautiful. I love that positive, heartless, like, not...
Heartless.
What is it when you're like, you selfless?
Selfless,
fucking heartless, far out. Selfless nature, like, you know, you still got to... Yeah, I know. I screwed up there. You heartless.
Giving out flowers, you heartless bitch. That's so good.
But you know what I mean? Like, you don't see that too often, and I always try... Every morning I wake up, I have this...
That's good.
Yeah. But I read a motivational quote every morning I wake up.
Yeah, you've got like an app or something.
I've got an app called Motivation.
Yep.
They want me to pay $79 a year for it now, so might go to all Google Images now.
Yeah.
But I skip through
or sponsorship, motivation,
sponsorship.
If you're listening.
Yeah, so I do that, and I keep scrolling through until I get a good quote. It's always positive.
Yeah.
I always look at myself. I've actually started doing this again. It sounds absolutely cringeworthy, but I look at myself in the mirror so I know it's happening. Because sometimes I feel like you're so out of your head, like just thinking that you don't really take in.
Yeah.
And I list, like at the end of the podcast, we go, be present, be positive, be excited, be confident.
Yeah.
You're awesome. Well, I list 4 things I'm positive about.
Yeah.
No, present about the day.
Yeah.
4 things I'm positive about, 4 things I'm excited about, and 4 things I'm confident about.
Yeah.
And I do that, you know, every other day. You know, occasionally I don't. I try to meditate.
Do you find it hard ever to get 4 things?
Or sometimes I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have our shit days. I have my shit days.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because I'm so aware, I think, of what's going on upstairs, I think I get really shitty at myself when I'm having a down day because I'm like, I don't want to be here. But that's okay. That's part of it. That's a part of it. But I just love doing that, and I just try to start off, stop scrolling Facebook in the morning because I used to do that, and I reckon it just sets a bad tone.
Yeah.
If you're a business person or you like work for a company too, and you're listening, don't check emails first thing you wake up. Do you get up, have a piss, have a coffee, have a shower, you know, do you for the first hour, then check your emails or whatever. Because every time you're checking an email, unless you've, you know, buying something off eBay and it's going, it's getting delivered today, and you're like, woo! Like, majority of the time, it's what people want from you. Yeah. And you've got to look after yourself. So, even just with Facebook, like, I try not to check my messages and scroll Facebook and Instagram first thing in the morning.
Yeah, I need to do that.
I try to wake up. Sometimes I'm good at it, sometimes I'm not.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'm usually in a rush anyway, so I don't have too much time to sort of piss fart around.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, what sort of things do you like? How do you go about sort of your mindset and, you know, because you are like you're a very strong person.
Yeah.
You're very forward.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, you know, you want a positive outcome from situations. You're not going into stuff for a negative outcome.
No.
But you've like really got your head on your shoulders.
Yeah. That's a good place for it to be.
Yeah, well, like, yeah. Sometimes mine's not even attached, I swear.
You left it somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think confidence.
It's all about confidence, baby.
Boom, boom, boom. Best song.
Ocean Alley, I love yous.
Yeah, I think, and I can't even put a date on it, but I think especially over the last probably couple years, I'd say, I've changed quite a lot, in different ways, but I think I've always been, since, I don't know, 15 or whatever, I've always been, right, this is what I want to do, and I'm doing it. Like, it's just as simple as that. Like, there was no, like, I'd always get people saying to me, well, what really f***ing shits me, it's not realistic. And you just, it's like, realism is a funny thing, like, because it's a very relative thing where what's realistic to you and what's realistic to me are two different things.
That's
because
just,
it's what you think in your own head.
it's what you think's possible.
That's
Everything's
right.
impossible until it's possible.
Exactly. You know, what was it? I was reading or listening to something the other day. That's right. It was a video on Facebook, of all things.
Yeah.
And it was about millennials. So after, I don't know, it was like 80s or something, the millennial generation.
Yeah.
You know, we are very different than the last generation.
So what are we?
We're millennials.
Are we?
Yeah.
Sounds old.
No.
Sounds like we should be at like a nursing home, like
No,
sipping tea and
that's
playing
the
bingo.
latest one. We are millennials. Yeah, it's like after, I think it's after the 80s or something. I hate talking about things like that when I don't know what it is, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like 1980 something until now. As millennials, and a lot of people go, you know, they're entitled. You know, they think they're owed everything in the world. You know, they don't want to work hard for a living and things like that.
Yeah.
Which, yes, there are some people like that.
Yeah.
But that annoys me. That really annoys
because you
me.
said that, it just brought up something.
Yeah.
Like last week, I went and spoke to 2 classes at Horsham College.
Yep.
And I feel like our young people get shat on quite a lot.
Yeah.
And I see young people all the time that are amazing people. They are listening, they're observant, engaging. The world's changed, you know, like your entrepreneurial stuff, the internet, the way you can make money. You don't have to just work a 9 to 5. Like,
that's right.
Of course they want more. Of course they want to strive for more. Of course they want to build 3 houses.
Yeah.
And, you know, do all that stuff. And I feel like we always, maybe not us, but like, I feel maybe possibly slightly older people do look down on the younger like people, school age kids and stuff being quite ungrateful, which of course there are those sort of people.
Yeah.
But from what I see mostly, and especially it really opened my eyes when I went and spoke at the school last week.
Yeah.
That the 2 classes I spoke at, I was just, while I was speaking, I was like, these kids are actually really good people.
Yeah.
Like,
They want to learn and
they want to learn, they want to be engaged, and they just want to, make something of themselves.
yeah,
I really left after that thinking, like, I felt like there was,
like a lot of gratitude.
yeah, gratitude. Like, I was like, these are really good students.
Yeah.
And, I think just the way the stigmas and stuff work, I guess, which
Yeah.
is sort of what I'm about. But yeah,
Yeah,
that really reminded me when you said that before. So,
yeah.
yeah.
No, I think and that sort of comes back to a bit of jealousy and whatnot as well, because my pop, when he worked his whole life, bloody digging holes and putting in fuel tanks and like a lot, like that's hard yakka,
Yeah.
like hard friggin' work out in the sun, 40-degree day, you're
Yeah.
bloody shoveling and friggin'
boiling away.
yeah, that's tough shit. Like, that's hard. And, a lot of us are like,
Bit precious.
we'll sit in an office and, do the computer and be like, oh, bloody back's a bit sore from sitting down all day. Like, oh, and it's like, yeah, like, but, it's sort of, people still work hard, like, oh.
It's just the way the environment's changed. You don't have to go and lug yourself and your body
Yeah.
for the rest of your life
Yeah.
when you're young to make money these days. And I feel like, I don't know.
I just think older people just go, oh, so entitled, because you get to, edit on a computer or, do Facebook or, like influencers and stuff like that. It's so different with technology these days.
We'll probably be the same when we're old and like the new technology and shit. We'll
Yeah,
just be
probably.
like, oh, you
We'll be
little
like,
bastards.
We used to have to sit down and talk into a microphone and press record on the
make a
video
podcast.
camera, for crying out loud.
Yeah. Now you just sit there and it happens automatically.
Y'all mean?
Y'all mean?
So I don't know. People don't like change. Times are changing. All this new technology. I just think at the end of the day,
Embrace it.
yeah, embrace it. You can't run away from it. If you try to, like, you're just gonna get left behind. You're gonna screw yourself even further. Like, there is so much amazing technology, and people just go, oh, Facebook's so shit, it makes everybody so depressed and this and that and, all the bad news and rah, rah. It's like, that's one tiny little speck of technology
That's
and
just
you
in moderation.
instantly go, technology. Like, it's like, don't go on Facebook. Like, that's...
But that's more of on them than what it is on the actual platform.
Oh,
because
absolutely.
I think Facebook is like Facebook, Instagram, all those platforms are amazing.
Yeah.
Everything's the same. It's in moderation.
Yeah.
If you drank alcohol every day as much as we consume social media, you would be depressed.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? We consume social media and the internet constantly.
Yeah.
That
you'd be crook, wouldn't you?
of course there's going to be times where it's not healthy for you, but from the most part, I think if you're on it for good reasons and to spread love and good times, positivity, which majority of people do, I think it's great. You can catch up with people, like you can connect with people.
Oh, that's my favourite thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like, I've connected with people all the time from all over the world that I've met.
Yeah.
I'm not going to send a bloody owl with a letter. That's not Harry Potter days. Like, no, I love it.
Yeah. No, that's what I enjoy. The connection.
Yes.
I think that's the best.
Rightio. That was a lot, that little bit, but it was good. We're making progress on this journey. So I hope that served you, and hit us up what you think of that. Okay, now this is what I'm really excited for. A few years ago, I used to be obsessed with conspiracies.
Yes, you did.
And all this, and actually the topic that Katie suggested.
Yep.
So I am so keen for this. Mandela effects and the Mandela theory.
Yep.
So basically, it is like, I know you're going to be like not as into it. Like my eyeballs are just
convinced.
like, you know, I'm popping right now. I'm loving this shit. But just keep an open mind. So I'm going to show you some photos and stuff. But basically what the Mandela effect is, so Nelson Mandela passed away in 2013. And when he passed away, there was a huge group of the world's population that guaranteed that he died whilst he was in prison. And there was like even like newspaper articles. They went back through books that had been published, and like there were stories about him passing away in books. And there was a lot of like almost, what would you say? What's it called? Evidence. There was a lot of evidence to point that like he actually did die in like 20 years prior or 20, 30 years prior. And there's lots of things like even before Nelson Mandela died in 2013, there was heaps of sort of what do you call it? Oh, mental blank.
Similar things.
Yeah, like there were similar things. Like it didn't just start in 2013. But that's when the sort of big theory became about. And there's been heaps of things, and there's also like if you go super woo woo, like people think there's parallel universes that collide, and you know like all that sort of time changes and stuff. But basically, it's essentially that all these things that I'll show you, a very large amount of the world's population believe it's this way, but yet it never has been that way. Or so they believe. You know, if you go super in detail, they think that governments mess with all that shit and stuff. But basically, the most logical way to it is that our brains are very bad at processing memories. And our brains fill in the gaps where our memories lack, and we can't tell the difference. Also, it's just like, you know, something's pronounced wrong, or like one person believes it's a certain way, it can travel and spread, like be widespread. So that's generally probably what happened here. But some of these like Mandela effects like got me shook. Like I was like, because like I just really believed it was this way, and it never has been. So before I get the photos out, which if you're listening to this on Spotify or whatnot, if you feel like watching the YouTube video, then you we'll put up the photos that I'll show Ben shortly. But with like Snow White, for instance, mirror mirror on the wall. Do you remember it as mirror mirror on the wall? Or you just don't give a shit. You're
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Yeah. Well,
isn't that from Shrek?
Yeah, it also is. But in the Snow White movie,
I suppose. I'm not really sure.
Well, anyway,
that sounds familiar.
It's actually magic mirror on the wall. But a lot of people, like a huge population, think that it's mirror.
I would say that.
Forrest Gump, life is like a box of chocolates.
Yep.
It was never life is like a box of chocolates. It's life was like a box of chocolates. But if you go back and watch it, it'll f*** you up. Like it was, life was like a box of chocolates.
I'm shook.
Yeah, I know. I'm really excited about this. Like I am. I don't know why.
Yeah. All right, hit me.
Have you seen Silence of the Lambs?
I don't think so.
Well, there's a big line that's in like pulp, like culture.
Yeah.
Hello, Clarice.
Okay.
That, like Hannibal says.
Right.
When Clarice enters the building.
Yeah.
It was never hello, Clarice. It was good evening, Clarice. I know it sounds so stupid, but like, it's legit. Like, it really gets you. And also, I know you laugh. It was never Luke, I am your father. It was just I am your father. There was never any Luke. At the end of at the end of the Queen song, "We Are the Champions," there is no of the world. At the end of the Queen song, "We Are the Champions," there is no of the world, even though pretty much every
now you're getting me with a couple of good ones.
Every single friggin' Queen. We're going to see Queen on Thursday, and he will not sing of the world at the end of it. But
I'd be sure that
he does say it a few times in the song, but at the end of the choruses and stuff, like it's not in the spots where everyone believes it was, and like
it's not at the end.
It's not at the end, even though like it.
I'm looking that up.
It literally isn't. I watched the YouTube video to confirm it, so it has to be like 100% legit. Let's get it up.
I can hear it like of the world.
Of the world, hold on.
And like,
have you got it up?
Yeah.
Sorry, we're just waiting. My Ben gets the song up to prove me wrong. I hope it's not at the end. Skip to the end.
If this is not there, I'll be...
We are the champions.
I'm sure it's there.
No,
it's not. I freaking told you. I swear that was there.
Katie, you told me to do this live on the podcast, and you said that this would like F Ben up, and it is. I'm getting somewhere. Okay.
Everybody, can you please watch the video?
I'm so
to
excited.
see what Matt's like right now. But that's a good one. Like
this stuff
I
excites
would
me.
swear that ended with that.
Okay, now I'm going to show some photos, right? I might just show them to the computer screen. That'd be much quicker. You reckon?
To the camera.
Oh yeah. And
That is quicker, actually. Do that.
I want you to tell me which one you think is correct. Now, there's been artists and stuff that go through and like replicate the one that the majority of the public think it is, and then there's the one that's actually legit. So, is that getting it?
Yep.
So, that's a Kit Kat, right?
Yep.
Which Kit Kat packet do you think is the one that is legit?
The right one?
The one without the hyphen.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're right there, which I'm disappointed about because I used to always believe that Kit Kats had the hyphen. Like I was dead set about it. I remember when I watched this YouTube video once and found out about it. I went to like the supermarket and I was like, I was devastated when it didn't have the hyphen. I was like, I have been lied to.
Yeah.
Okay, now this one's Pikachu.
Okay. Yep. I like that.
Yeah, this one got me as well. So everyone that's listening, you know what Pikachu looks like. If you want to see this Mandela effect, check out our YouTube video.
Yep.
Is that getting it? No, it's just... Oh, dimmy screen. Oh, no. Beautiful. Beautiful.
That's Pikachu.
Righto, now, I want you to tell me. I'm going to turn it up a bit so I can see it again.
Yep.
I want you to tell me what Pikachu you think is correct.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Tell me.
The one with the black on its tail?
No, it's not. Like, the Pikachu doesn't have the black at the top of the tail.
Yeah.
Never has. Ever.
Yeah, right.
Unless, the company's denied that, it ever has, but it really did.
Yeah.
But I've always remembered Pikachu. Like, they've even made, toys with the black on the tail. It's crazy how, you know when they make spin-off movies, right?
It looks weird without the black.
Yeah, but, you go and Google Pikachu, there's no bloody... there's no black on the tail. There's a bit of black at the bottom of the tail.
Yeah, a bit
but
of brown.
not the
That's yeah, he looks naked with no black on the end.
Yeah, I know. Cover up Pikachu.
Yeah.
But these effects, right? They even play off in movies and stuff where people will reference something in movies and then it never happens. So it is super widespread. Okay, now this one's a photo of the Monopoly Man, and I want you to tell me which Monopoly Man you think it is.
Brightness down.
Brightness down.
Yeah, it won't.
God, your bloody camera's shocking, Ben.
It's exposed to the friggin'
It's exposed. Is that better?
Yeah, that's got it.
Righto, which Monopoly Man do you think you've got? Which one?
Oh, frig.
This got me too. Remember on Ace Ventura when it's he's like, you can't go past go. You owe me $200.
The right one.
Okay, I'll have a look.
The one without the monocle.
Oh, you are correct there.
Oh,
But
that's
a
all right.
majority of people, not majority, but a good percentage of people think the monocle's there.
I was just looking up Detective Pikachu,
Yeah.
which is a recent
Movie. There's no black there.
No black. Yeah.
Now, I know. It'll get you shook. Now, this one's Fruit Loops.
What did you ever watch that?
Nah.
No.
I did watch Birds of Prey last week, everyone.
Yeah, Matt
Margot
loves it.
Robbie is...
We'll get her on the podcast next.
I love her. Like, full stop. That's enough said. Go watch the movie and support it.
Yep. Yep, that's got it.
So, Fruit Loops, Ben. Which one do you think
Fruit Loops.
Which one do you think is correct?
Oh, okay. Shit, do they spell it with O's? Jeez, that's a toughie.
I know it's a tough one.
I'm gonna say the left, where it's spelt fruit.
That is incorrect.
Yeah?
I'm pretty sure, actually, that might be worth a Google in case I wrecked that. Hold on, I can zoom out this photo and it'll tell me. If I revert it. Yeah, it's Fruit Loops, O-O, like with the Fruit
Yeah.
Loops. So I've always thought that Fruit Loops was spelt fruit and then loops with the 2 O's.
Yeah.
But it's actually fruit with the 2 O's as Fruit Loops, which is just bloody stupid. Now, this
I think
one,
that would get me more, because I never really had them, so.
Oh, I used to live off them. I used to drink like all the sugar at the bottom of the milk,
Yeah.
and then you drink that back. Like, oh, it's beautiful. Now this one's another one.
Yep.
This one's about sex in the city or sex and the city.
Yep, that's got it.
What do you think Sex in the City is? Well, you know what it would be. Bit of bonk bonk.
Nah, Sex and the City.
Oh, so you got that one right. I always thought it was Sex in the City. I reckon Sex and the City sounds stupid.
Oh.
This one's cool. I don't know what his name
I
is.
already knew that. I think I knew that.
This one's Curious George.
Oh, yeah? Yep.
Which one do you think's right? I'll explain it to you guys
Ooh.
listening at home in a sec.
No tail.
Yeah. So there was 2 photos of Curious George. One's with the tail and one's without the tail. And a lot of people think he's had the tail.
Yeah.
But he's never had a tail. I never thought he had a tail. I think he looks weird with a tail.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't get that.
That sort of makes sense, though, because I can sort of picture him hanging off things, but he wouldn't be able to do that because he doesn't have a tail.
Well, yeah. Now this one.
So that's interesting.
Now this one's really cool because even when you put it into Google, it'll come up like with the spelling that everyone thinks it is.
Yep.
But then when you go to like photos of the logo, it is the way it's meant to be.
Yeah, right.
So this one I really like. So this one is for you listening at home, a photo of Looney Tunes, and it's
Yep.
it's one of the correct way it's meant to be.
Yep.
And then the other one's the other way. So I'll show you on the camera.
Yep, that's got it.
Which one do you think it is? So one spelt Looney Tunes, like double O, and then one spelt Looney Tunes, like Tunes. What do you think it is?
See, and in America, they say things different, like, even if it was, because this is a bit of a trick one,
Yeah.
because even if it is tunes, like Tunes,
Yeah.
they would still say tunes, because
I
they
know.
just say things different.
Yeah. Got your tunes on?
Yeah.
Got your tunes on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Looney
wow.
Tunes. Nah, I'm gonna say tunes, like TUN.
Okay, so you're actually right.
Yeah.
But
I'm probably thinking about it for too long.
Well, the way it works is that like a lot of people just believe it to be that way. They've probably never paid that much attention, and then
Yeah.
when it's come to their attention that it's that way,
Yeah.
they're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And then millions of people are the same. So that's when it creates this.
But that's funny though, because I can sort of picture both. You know, like, yeah.
So, like, but, like, the funny thing is, all these things I'm showing you is how everyone's vividly remembered what it is. Like, they've even, like, their brains have put together the way it's meant to look. Because our memories, the most logical way is that, you know, it's just widespread sort of the way people believe it to be.
Yeah.
And then our brains put together the missing pieces of the puzzle. And then because we believe it to be that way, every time we see it, that's just our brain makes the picture.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was, like when I was at the gym today, I was listening to a lot of like how it actually works.
Yeah.
So I sort of knew what was going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, the most reasonable way is just that our memories are shit house, and we're very influenced. And yeah, once we know it to be a certain way, usually we believe it.
That's it.
Because we can create memories in our head that were completely like, if you had something that happened to you 5 years ago, like a cool memory, by the time you remember it now, you would have
completely different.
You would have added so much different shit to it,
and
you wouldn't even know. Like you literally wouldn't know you're actually lying to yourself. It's just the way it works. But that's all the Mandela effects I've sort of gathered. There's heaps, but some of them are a bit like the Berenstain Bears.
What's
the Berenstain Bears. Oh, hold on. There was, I can't remember it. Katie did mention about a neighborhood. Like there's a TV show and it's like, it's a lovely day in the neighborhood. But it was like, and it's like a real big hit song of like the opening act to the TV show.
Yeah.
But the song is different to what actually everyone believes it to be. And then like you're hearing it, but you still think it's the same way.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the Berenstain Bears, it was never the Berenstain, it was the Berenstain.
Okay.
And like pretty much everyone thought it was the Berenstain Bears.
Yeah.
But like it's the same with like, it still happens now. Like majority of people, like I think the entire world calls Ariana Grande like by that, but her name's Ariana Grande.
Yeah, but like she's never been known as that.
But she, like, I'm sure she'd be called that, like, by her managers.
Nah, I don't think so. Like people look like, you look at that word and you go Grande, like, because that's what, even like her, well, what background would she be?
I don't know, hot.
What is it, Italian or something? I don't know, Grande. Like that just looks and sounds right.
Yeah.
Sounds a lot sort of more special too, but
well, it's probably a bit far-fetched, but like things like that still like get you thinking when, like, you know, she was on that interview that time.
Yeah, it was very interesting still.
Like,
it was like, holy shit, like everybody has been mispronouncing her name for a long time. It's like, wow.
Yeah, well, I suppose she's, you know, sounds way better anyway. The way we pronounce it. Yeah. But yeah, I just find that stuff fascinating. So, what'd you think?
Yeah, no, it was good.
You obviously not as peeved as I am off it.
I originally, when you started, I was like,
ugh, yeah.
What are you doing? Like, what is this shit? But when you did, We Are the Champions, like, I still, even though I've just listened to it, I swear,
I can hear Of the World softly going out as a song.
Yes.
And it never happened. It's crazy. There's heaps of examples with like,
I swear,
music.
like at the pubs, if you went out and that song come on, everybody would sing Of the World at the end. I swear.
They will do that at the concert on Thursday. I'm sure of it.
Oh, that's a good. We'll keep you updated on that.
Yeah, we'll keep you updated next week. But yeah, I'm done now. Like, I'm quite happy with that podcast.
That's amazing. Yeah. No, that was good. Yeah. When you did that, I was like, shit, this is fun. I was like, this is great. No, that's cool. Oh well.
So yeah, Google, if anyone can't be bothered watching the YouTube video and wants to see those photos, it's like the first website it comes up on Google, like 40 Mandela effects.
Yep.
And just goes through them all. There's heaps of other movies and stuff that happened. The big one was like, Luke, I am your father. Like, it never happened.
I can hear that.
It's I am your father. Like, and it's in totally different, like it's just not the way everyone remembers it. It's just crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a good one too. I like that one.
I noticed you didn't get as like hyped when I was like, life is like a box of chocolates. It was never that. It was life was like a box of chocolates. And I'm just like, I'm climbing walls here. No, I love it. I love it.
That was good.
Thank you so
thanks for
much,
the
Katie.
suggestion. That was great.
Yeah, and she's one of our number one supporters too. So
good.
Thank you heaps.
Yeah,
very
we
grateful.
appreciate that.
Yep. So yeah. Anyone else? Send us through your suggestions. They do not go. They don't get delivered by bird. They're very quick.
Yes.
And we definitely take them on
what's
board.
happened. Like the last week was Cade's suggestion.
Yes.
Awesome podcast.
Yeah.
Same this week. Like another suggestion. Send your suggestions in. And we've done other suggestions before, and the same deal. It ends up being such a good,
And I really feel like it gets our minds flowing too for where we can take this. Because you're sort of like we're still new to this, and we want to know what you want to hear.
Yeah.
Because we could talk about anything, but like we really want to know what you want to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just love the communication. I think it's great. So thank you to anyone that's listening.
Yes.
Yes.
Love you.
Ricky Gervais isn't listening, Ben.
You never know.
I doubt it.
You never know.
Probably spit on you as he walked past you in the street.
Well, yeah, if I was...
You'd probably love that. You'd be like, I'm going to sell that on eBay.
I think I showed you a video where he was saying about the beggar on the street. And
I think I
and
did.
she had these lucky charms, she was saying. And, she went up to Ricky in the street and was saying, lucky charm, $2 or whatever.
Yeah.
And he essentially just went, well, they can't be too f***ing lucky, are they? Because they're all over you and you're begging in the f***ing street.
Wow. Wow.
Boom.
Wow. This has been a very sweary podcast.
It has been. It's been
Apologies
shocking.
about that.
Yeah, sorry.
We should
We'll clean it up next time.
Clean it up. I think the first couple we didn't drop a bloody...
No, we didn't. But
incorrect.
Well, look, I think that that's another thing that I find a bit funny. Like what even? Like swear words. Like, come on. Like, I don't think... I never use them in a way... that's not true. I don't often... use them in a way that should be offensive. It's more that I feel so passionate about something.
Yeah.
That I'm just like effing. Like I'm going like, do you know this? It's effing, like you're going off. You're like, and it's just, I don't know. That's just the word that comes to your mind. Like
passionately swearing.
Yeah.
I mean passionately.
I'm a passionate swearer. I'm going to put that on my Instagram bio.
I'm a passionate swearer.
I am a content creator, traveller, passionate swearer, and a musician.
Passion. I like that.
Yeah.
But so sorry to anyone that's listening if you don't like the word but sorry.
Look, I'll tell you what. Go and listen to Gary V for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And you'll get the amount of swearing that we just did in, nearly an hour. So, mate.
He is wild.
He is like, it's almost like he doesn't say any other words than swear words. It's just like, ding, ding, ding. Anyway, that's the way it is.
And that's the way it is. That sounds like...
I don't know. That's
what's
what
his
I thought
name?
Too.
What's his name? I don't care anymore. I've lost interest.
Yeah. What's Ron Burgundy's sign off as? He goes, stay classy, San Diego.
I just can't get Sonia Kruger out of my head.
Oh.
So that's not leading anywhere. Let's just wrap it up.
All right.
Love me, Sonia.
Yeah.
Rightio.
Okay. So
we be present.
Be positive.
Be positive. Be excited.
Be confident.
Be confident. Is that in the right... that's right. Be present.
That'll do.
Yep. Cool. Rightio, guys. You're awesome.
Cool. Yep, you're awesome. Love you. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Adios.